Hey guys, City here. Welcome to my first Dragon Ball talk. In this video, we will look at what would happen if Piccolo and Kami fused in the Saiyan Saga rather than the Android Saga. This video is in response to a video by Moscow X about the same topic. If you haven't seen that video, I would strongly recommend watching it first. A link will be in the description below. So after watching that video, I decided to make my own, as I did not find it the most realistic scenario. Now before I continue, this video is not intended to be criticism, Moscow, nor is it meant to be the definitive scenario. It's merely my way of continuing discussion and a different interpretation of the idea. So, as for how we get to the point of Kami and Piccolo deciding to fuse, I'm not going to go into too much detail here. As in Moscow X's video, he did an excellent job of getting to that point. So, long story short, training does not go well for Piccolo and Gohan. With no hope of defeating the Saiyans, and Goku still on Snake Way, Piccolo and Kami believe their only chance is Piccolo-dominated fusion. If this did happen, would Piccolo be any match for the Saiyans? Well, yes he would. There's actually ample evidence in the manga to support this. In chapter 265, page 3, after learning about the separation of Kami and Piccolo, Grand Elder Guru said this: "What a shame. He wasted his genius capacity. If they had joined together, they wouldn't have died." With that evidence, it's hard to refute that in this scenario, Piccolo would defeat both Nappa and Vegeta. The real question is, how powerful would the Piccolo and Kami fusion become? To answer this question, we should consider Piccolo's fusion with Nail. Prior to that fusion, Nail had a power level of 42,000. We do not have an official number for Piccolo's at the time, but a good estimate is what his power was during the Tree of Might movie, which would put him at 8,000. We know that Piccolo's power after the fusion was higher than Frieza's second form of 1 million. So post-fusion, Piccolo was 25 times stronger than their pre-combined power, assuming a power level of 1.2 million. If we assume that Piccolo had a power of 3,000, since we're in this scenario, and Kami had one of 300, we get a fused power of 79,200 using the same ratio from before. With this power, Nappa and Vegeta are no match for Piccolo. Nappa would be killed quite easily, and Vegeta would likely be forced to transform into Great Ape. Now, while Vegeta's power at this point would be twice as strong as Piccolo, it's very likely that the Z fighters, who would all still be alive, would find a way to cut off his tail rather quickly, as they did pretty easily in the main timeline, despite there being less of them. After this, Piccolo would probably kill Vegeta as well. He's not going to let him get away like Goku would have. Now, speaking of Goku, what about Goku? Shouldn't he get to fight someone? Well, while it would make sense for the plot's sake, it's just very unlikely Goku would make it in time. Goku will have to wait until next time. Sorry, Goku. With the Saiyans defeated, the Earth is saved. But what about the Dragon Balls? They're gone now that Kami is no more. That's when the idea to go dynamic comes into play. Kami's ship would be used to travel there. The question now becomes, who goes to Namek and who does not? Well, Bulma has to go, and Goku, not being injured, would definitely want to. Piccolo would also go, because he would have a desire to visit his homeworld once, but mostly he would be needed just in case something went wrong. Now, I don't think Gohan would go in this case, as his reasoning for going in chapter 245, page 5 was, we have to resurrect our friends so we can save the Earth and battle the Saiyajin. As neither argument can be made in this scenario, Gohan is very unlikely to go. The other Z fighters likely would stay home as well. Since Krillin only really went because Bulma didn't want to go alone, and with the rest of the Z fighters not being very useful in a fight, considering Piccolo's power, they would not go. None of them would go. So only Goku, Piccolo, and Bulma would go to Namek. Now, I'm going to stop this here, even though this is quite short. I'm making this into a 2-part video. The reason why is because after this point, the scenario becomes not as easy to predict. And it's not as factual as this part, so I'm not quite as happy with it. But there will be a part 2 in the coming days. So, what do you guys think about so far? Leave a comment in the description below.